A very warm welcome to all of you on the occasion of 161st birthday celebrations of Swami Vivekananda ji. I extend a very warm welcome to our Chairman Sir, Dr. S.C. Vats, our Vice Chairman Vineet Vats ji, Professor Subba Rao, Chairperson VS LLS, Professor Ratan Sharma, Emeritus Professor, Principal Professor Anuradha Jain, Director DSB, Deans, our CEO Upadhyay Sir, CEO Shri Dilip ji, faculty and staff members of VIPS and DSB. Today, 12th January is celebrated as the National Youth Day, and this is also the Founders' Day for our institution, Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies, named after Swami Vivekananda ji, a monk, prophet and pathfinder. It is great to be a part of this celebration as we are here today to rejoice in the glory of Swamiji, who is an inspiration for all of us. I now invite our dignitaries to offer their floral reverence to Swamiji.
Principal ji.
This lamp before Swamiji is here to dispel the darkness, as Swamiji dispelled the darkness by becoming a lamp himself, truly personifying Lord Buddha's dictum which says, Atmo Deepo Bhava. Asato ma sadgamaya, tamso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityo ma amritam gamaya. From the unreal, he has led us to the real, from darkness led us to light, and brought to us humanity. His light of knowledge and wisdom has spread out and enlightened the world. We all have within us the potential to be the source of light, not only for ourselves, but also for those around us. Swamiji was the light not only for the people around him, but for the entire world. एक युवा Yes, sir. एक युवा सन्यासी Sure, sir. एक युवा सन्यासी जिसने सोच बदल दी दुनिया की, निर्धन शोषित पीड़ित के प्रति जिसके मन में करुणा थी, वह नरेन से बना विवेकानंद, तभी इस जग ने जाना, इनकी प्रतिभा इनकी मेधा का सबने लोहा माना। इन्होंने इस दुनिया को बतलाया, एक देश है भारत भी, भाई बहन का संबोधन जब इस जग ने पहली बार सुना। अमेरिका की धर्म सभा का गूंज उठा कोना कोना, थमी नहीं तालियां देर तक, उनकी ऐसी धाक जमी, मन में संवेदना जगाओ, तन से तुम चट्टान बनो। वह कहते थे ऐसे युवकों से ही इस देश की सूरत बदलेगी। लोटपोट हो गए वे रेत में, ज्यों अपने जहाज से वे उतरे, अपनी माँ से लिपटे ऐसे जैसे कि बालक बरसों से बिछड़ा। उनकी पूजा और अर्चना थी बस भारत माता ही, भारत की संस्कृति के ध्वज को जिनने यूं फहराया हो, जिसके कारण स्वाभिमान जनमानस में गहराया हो। आओ मिलजुल आज मनाएं उनकी हम पावन जन्मतिथि। To set out the tone of this event, its understanding and significance, to let you know the purpose, the importance and the relevance, to take you to the saint, his preachings and his guidance, to let you delve deep in his learnings and his fragrance, bringing to you Swamiji's philosophy to get its true essence. We dance for laughter, we dance for tears, we dance for madness, we dance for fears. We dance for hopes, we dance for screams, we are the dancers, we create dreams. We have a Kathak performance on Krishna Vandana by Dr. Anuradha Mishra.
उपस्थित सभी दर्शकों को मेरा सादर प्रणाम। भगवान श्री कृष्ण को 16 कलाओं में निपुण माना जाता है, जिनमें से एक कला नृत्य भी है। मैं उसी पूर्ण परमात्मा का ध्यान करते हुए उनके श्री चरणों में ये कृष्ण वंदना समर्पित करती हूँ। धन्यवाद।
That was indeed a very lovely performance. How captivating, how solacing, the rhythm and the beat of the toda still lingers on. So with the invocation and vandana for Lord Krishna, we now move to some music. Words, simply words, often fail to carry the intensity of feelings and devotion, but when beaded together in the strings of music, they add to the rhythm of life. Music is the elixir of life, seeping through our ears, reaching our hearts and touching our souls. It rejuvenates and refreshes our minds. I invite Professor Rashmi Salpekar, Dean VS LLS, for Natyapada.
नमस्कार, मैं आज आपके सामने एक शिव जी का भजन सादर करने वाली हूँ। तो महाराष्ट्र में संगीत नाटिका बहुत प्रचलित है, तो एक मानापमान नाम की नाटिका है, उसी में से ये शिव भजन मैंने लिया है। सो आई एम जस्ट ट्राइंग टू डू द बेस्ट। थैंक यू। सुखकारक झूले पर झूमराई सरिता सर झूमराई सरिता सर गिरि कंदर गाजे सोहम हरड़ मरु बाजे सोहम हरड़ मरु बाजे डमरू उसके ही बाजे सोहम हर डमरू बाजे सोहम हर डमरू बाजे डमरू बाजे बाजे डमरू बाजे डमरू बाजे डमरू बाजे डमरू बाजे डमरू बाजे बाजे सोहम हर डमरू बाजे सोहम हर डमरू बाजे 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 डमरू कारनाथ डमरू कारनाथ डमरू कारनाथ मादनी निदा मादमनी निदा सा डमरू कारनाथ डमरू कारनाथ परमेश्वर का प्रसाद उसके ही महिमा से उसके ही महिमा से भुवनत्रय साजे सोहम हर डमरू बाजे सोहम हर डमरू बाजे सोहम हर डमरू बाजे सोहम हर डमरू सोहम हर डमरू सोहम हर डमरू धीरे धीरे ग ग ग ग रे ग रे ग म म म म ग म ग म ब ब ब ब म ब म ब र र र र ब र ब र नि 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 धा नि धा नि सा धा नि धा नि सा धा नि धा नि सा सोहम हर डमरू उसके सुर तालों पे उसके सुर तालों पे सुख कारक झूले पर झूम रहे सरिता सर गिरि कन्नर गाजे गिरि कन्नर गाजे सोहम हर डमरू सोहम हर सोहम हर सोहम हर डमरू बाजे बाजे
A bell is no bell till you ring it, a song is no song till you sing it, and love wasn't kept in your hearts just to stay. Love isn't love till you give it away. Taking you to the flight of poesy, here we have Dr. Vishnu Priya with some of her wonderful poems on Swami Ji.
तो इस सभागार में उपस्थित सभी प्रबुद्ध जनों का बहुत बहुत स्वागत अभिनंदन। चेयरमैन सर, वाइस चेयरमैन सर, प्रिंसिपल मैम, डीन मैम, सभी फैकल्टी मेंबर्स, डीन जितने भी हैं हमारे, सभी लोगों का बहुत बहुत स्वागत, अभिनंदन। मे स्वामी जी इल्यूमिनेट आवर इंटेलेक्ट which leads us to righteous path। ये जो दीप प्रज्वलित है, इसको देखकर जो मन में विचार आ रहे हैं, सबसे पहले वो साझा करना चाहूंगी आप सभी से कि जन रोशन हो, मन रोशन हो। आज राष्ट्रीय युवा दिवस के दिन सब रोशन हो हर मन की आशा, शिखर को छूने की अभिलाषा, रोशन हो हर स्वप्न सलोना, हर एक मन का कोना कोना, रोशन हो उम्मीद हमारी, जगमग हो यह दुनिया सारी, रोशन हो हर सफर हमारा, थके नहीं कभी कदम हमारा, रोशन हो हर सोच हमारी, नए विजय की हो तैयारी, रोशन सबका मन आंगन हो, दिव्य ज्योति का अभिनंदन हो, मन को शीतलता जो दे दे, उठती लौ में वो चंदन हो, संस्कार में परिवर्धन हो, हम सब में शुभ परिवर्तन हो, जन रोशन हो, मन रोशन हो। आज इस शुभ दिन सब रोशन हो। आज हमारे विप्स का स्थापना दिवस भी है। बहुत तेज आवाज तो नहीं आ रही है? तो मैं कहना चाहूंगी आप सभी से कि स्वामी जी के बारे में कुछ पंक्तियां कि विजय का गीत जो गाए, विजय का गीत जो गाए, अमर वो छंद हो जाए, विजय का गीत जो गाए, अमर वो छंद हो जाए, मधु मीठास फैलाए, सवर सरस मकरंद हो जाए, कि हृदय में ज्ञान अर्जन का भाव वो जगे, कि मन में स्वयं के सर्जन का संकल्प वो जगे, कि हर एक युवा भारत का विवेकानंद हो जाए, कि हर एक युवा भारत का विवेकानंद हो जाए। तो अपने छात्राओं से हम हमेशा कहते हैं कि जन गण मन को जोड़े जो, उस देश राग के छंद बनो, उठो जागो भारत के युवाओं, आप विवेकानंद बनो। और विवेकानंद जी के बारे में विवेकानंद जी खुद कहते हैं, हम में अतुलित बल साहस है, हम में अतुलित बल साहस है, हम हर मंजिल को पाएंगे, भारत माँ की जय करने हम पूर्ण व्योम में जाएंगे। और सभी को याद है 1893 का वो शिकागो धर्म सभा, कि हम जीत चुके थे धर्म सभा, हम जीत चुके थे धर्म सभा, पर नहीं किसी की हार हुई। उनकी ओजस्वी वाणी से भारत की जय जयकार हुई। और स्वामी जी कहते हैं कि ऊंचे ऊंचे सपने देखो, ऊंचे ऊंचे सपने देखो, उन सपनों को साकार करो, जिस मातृभूमि पर जन्म लिया उस मातृभूमि से प्यार करो। और सपनों की इसी बात पर कुछ पंक्तियां मैंने लिखी स्वामी जी के इन्हीं विचारों से प्रेरित होकर, कि हर एक सपना सच होता है, हर एक सपना सच होता है, आंखों में उम्मीद लिए जब जीवन की उर्वर धरती पर यह मानव निष्ठा बोता है, हर एक सपना सच होता है। सपना है देखो रूमानी, हाँ या है अनकही कहानी, और तुम ही हो नायक इसके, तुमसे ही उपजाया सपना, और तुम ही हो लायक इसके, आंखों में विश्वास लिए जब, आंखों में उम्मीद लिए जब, जीवन की उर्वर धरती पर यह मानव साहस बोता है, हर एक सपना सच होता है, हर एक सपना सच होता है, हर एक सपना सच होता है। और स्वामी जी के विचारों से प्रेरित कुछ और पंक्तियां, कि जब तुमने वो करने की ठानी है जहां बाधाएं चट्टानी है, जब तुमने वो करने की ठानी है जहां बाधाएं चट्टानी है, तो अपनी ऊर्जा अपने श्रम से तुम्हें अपनी राह बनानी है। इस राह में सुंदर गांव मिलेगा, सुरभित शीतल छांव मिलेगा, विश्राम वहां तुम कर लेना, आराम वहां तुम कर लेना, अपनी ऊर्जा फिर से अर्जित कर, शक्ति अपनी संचित कर, फिर तुम आगे बढ़ जाना, ऊंचे सफल सोपानों पर निर्भय होकर चढ़ जाना, नीचे तुम्हें गिराने को, नीचे तुम्हें गिराने को जागृत है जो चेतन मन, उस मन को भरमाने को कितने विचलन आएंगे, इस पथरीले पथ पर चलने कितने फिसलन आएंगे। तो ये जो दुनिया के ये झूठे मानदंड हैं, इनसे कभी नहीं डरना, तुमको तो खुद के आगे है खुद को ही साबित करना, तुमको तो खुद के आगे है खुद को ही साबित। और स्वामी जी के ही विचारों से प्रेरित कुछ और पंक्तियां समर्पित करूंगी आप सभी प्रबुद्ध श्रोता वर्ग को। एक और कुछ पंक्तियां, कि नहीं मोम लोहा बनो तुम, नहीं मोम लोहा बनो तुम, कि तप सको तुम, गल सको तुम, फौलाद बनकर ढल सको तुम। जब कभी तूफान आए टकरा के तुमसे लौट जाए, अडिग अचल हर पल बनो तुम। छाया जैसे वृक्ष देता, छाया जैसे वृक्ष देता और झुककर नमन करता, उस वृक्ष से सरल बनो तुम। पर काट डालो हाथ को जो, काट डालो हाथ को जो काटने तुमको बढ़े हो, ये नहीं तुम्हारी नियति के कट के महलों में सजो तुम। नहीं मोह लोहा बनो तुम, नहीं मोह लोहा बनो तुम। और फिर हम अपनी सोच पर विद्यार्थियों को, छात्रों को मैं हमेशा कहती हूँ कि हम जब भी सोचें अच्छा सोचें, हम जब भी सोचें अच्छा सोचें, सीधा सच्चा रास्ता सोचें। कलम को अपनी ढाल बनाकर तलवारों से नहीं डरे हम, सृजन प्रेम की बात करें हम, नफरत का प्रतिकार करें हम। आशा फूलों की अच्छी है, आशा फूलों की अच्छी है, पर हटे नहीं गर मिले खरोचे। जब भी सोचे अच्छा सोचे, जब भी सोचे कैसा सोचे, कैसा सोचे, अच्छा सोचे। जब भी सोचे अच्छा सोचे, सीधा सच्चा रास्ता सोचे। औरों के भी दिल को समझे, उनके भी मुश्किल को समझे। प्रेम की भाषा प्रेम की बोली, प्रेम दिवाली प्रेम ही होली। कर्म की भाषा कर्म की बोली, कर्म दिवाली कर्म ही होली। डटे रहे हम, जुटे रहे हम, हटे नहीं गर मिले खरोचे। जब भी सोचे ऐसा सोचे, अच्छा सोचे। जब भी सोचे अच्छा सोचे, सीधा सच्चा रास्ता सोचे। और जाते जाते कुछ पंक्तियां अपने देश के वीर जवानों को समर्पित करती हूं कि हिम्मत साहस विश्वास लिए, हिम्मत साहस विश्वास लिए, पार्डन सर, हिम्मत साहस विश्वास लिए, इस माटी पर मिट जाने का इस दिल में एहसास लिए। वीर जवान इस भारत के जब सीमा पर होते हैं, तभी हम और तुम जैसे नींद चैन की सोते हैं। इन चेहरों की लाली को, भारत की खुशहाली को नजर लगे ना दुश्मन की, बस ये कोशिश है इनकी आंखों में उल्लास लिए। भारत माँ के चरणों में जब ये अपना जीवन खोते हैं, तभी हम और तुम जैसे नींद चैन की सोते हैं। आओ इनको नमन करें, आओ इनको नमन करें, श्रद्धा सुमन अर्पण करें। हमें इनका नाम बहुत ही श्रद्धा से, बहुत ही मैं ये कहूंगी कि एक बात आप लोगों से कहना चाहती हूँ कि इस बात को सोच के देखें कि देश अगर बढ़ेगा, क्या हम नहीं बढ़ेंगे? क्या देश अगर बढ़ेगा, हम नहीं बढ़ेंगे? क्या उन्नति के शिखरों पर हम नहीं चढ़ेंगे? देश है विशाल वृक्ष, हम है शाखा पत्तियां, टूट कर गिरा जो ये जाएंगे हम कहाँ? इस वृक्ष को बचाना है, फिर हरा बनाना है, बहुत कुछ इसका हम सब ने छीना है। अब हमें मरना नहीं, इस देश के लिए जीना है, इस देश के लिए जीना है, इस देश के लिए जीना है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आप लोगों ने इतने ध्यान से सुना। और मुझे सुलोनी मैम से आदेश हुआ था, हमारे रजिस्ट्रार सर से, कि आपको कथक नृत्य करना है। मैं कथक नृत्यांगना हूँ, लेकिन आज थोड़ी मेरी तबीयत खराब थी, फीवर था सुबह, तो इसलिए मैं नहीं कर पाई। लेकिन मैंने देखा कि हमारे विवेकानंद जी की माता जी शिव भक्त थी, तो जाते जाते जो कवित्व मैं प्रस्तुत करने वाली थी, मैं आपको बोल के सुना के तब जाना चाहूंगी। एक कवित्व है जो कथक में हम लोग कवित्व करते हैं, और हमारे डिपार्टमेंट की मैम ने बहुत बढ़िया कथक किया, और उसके आगे मैं बस बोल के सुनाना चाहूंगी आपको। धरकिट धरक धरक धर शिव शिव हर 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 न हरत हर नट कत कत कृतान किट गण गण गधा जय जटिल जय तु जय निरंकार संशय निवार बम 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 बोपवान गल मुंडवान गंगे दिलांग उज्ज्वल भाल कर जनन जनंकार कर जननांग जननांग कटक धृत्रांग नग कत कत कतांग ददा कदा कदा कत्ता कटक धृत्रांग दान 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 दा कत्ता कटक धृत्रांग दान 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 दा कत्ता कटक धृत्रांग दान 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 दा। ओम नमस्कार।
We are spellbound, Vishnupriya ma'am. No words to appreciate what you did here right now. So we look at a human life so full of stress and strife, laden with burden and conflict to bother us and afflict. But when the philosophy of Swamiji touches our soul, we forget our sufferings and focus on our goal. So Swami Vivekananda ji has the power to deeply influence each one of us in the true sense. His teachings we need to seek. It will give us courage, not make us meek. I invite Professor Subbarao Sir, Chairperson VSLLS, who would speak on Swamiji and his life.
Good afternoon, everybody. Sisurveti pasurveti vetigana rasapanihi. After hearing a wonderful song from our taskmaster, Mini Hitler, Dean of Law School, and then wonderful verses by our Vishnu Priya. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
The program should have been stopped here. But our colonial ruler, English professor, has asked me to speak. And she is not innocent in the sense that she allots me only 10 minutes. Perhaps she got clue from our dean. Respected Chairman Dr. S. VIPS, Vice Chairman Vinit ji, Principal Anuradha ji, and then Master of this program, Professor of English, hello me Madam ji, my learned colleagues, my dear friends, it is wonderful to meet you on this day. At the outset, before sharing with you certain thoughts which may be very elementary, I would like to request the management that in the fitness of the things and as a tribute to Swami Vivekananda, let us start a center for Swami Vivekananda studies. Why everybody is keeping quiet? And then I request Dr. S.C. Vats to be the director of that center. We require more programs than conducting 1 or 2 programs per year. Am I correct? And another one is there, you must not laugh, and that center would be under the aegis of what? Law school. Because we will be supervising, and after some time, I may mischievously suggest also, you may not agree. For 10 things I say, for 9 things our chairman will not agree. That is yet another thing. When he is suggesting various experts elsewhere throughout the country to become professor of practice, why not professor of practice, Professor Dr. S.C. Vats? Because I have made a divisive politics in the sense that even though she, that is why center I said, I am talking about the center. I am talking about the center only, and our Principal Anuradha ji also is agreeing for that because she will get 1 more score in her statistics for NIRF. Friends, when we think of Swami Vivekananda ji, there are several things occur to our mind. We celebrate it as a youth day. There are many things more. I start with a quotation from Swami Vivekananda. If there is over to be a universal religion, it must be one which will have no location in place or time, beyond time and space limitations. Second one, which will be infinite like God Himself. And the sun will shine upon the followers of Krishna or Christ. And then saints and sinners alike you should treat, which will not be Brahminical or Buddhist or Christian or Muslim, but some total of all these still have infinite space to accommodate. So that was his philosophy, my dear friends. Swami Vivekananda is a spiritual colossus. That is the first point. With studying millions in the sweep of his vision. Not now. 130 years back when you go and see how he was able to influence the entire world, you will be knowing. Did we achieve even a single thing which he has envisioned? As a ritualistic formality, we will conduct programs. As a ritualistic formality, everybody pays a tribute to him. Did we follow his teachings? What he said? Go back to his life history even. When he was born, on this day, 160 years ago, he was born to Vishwanath Datta ji. From him, he has inherited a rational mind. Mind it, never Vivekananda's speeches or practices without reason. He was a rationalist like. Second one, devotional mind he inherited from his mother Bhuvaneshwari Devi. And his spiritual vision from Ramakrishna Parahamsa. Everybody knows his history. I need not tell once again. Initially, he belonged to Brahmo Samaj. Afterwards, he has looked into every religion and went to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa, put him one question. What is that question? Have you seen the God? That was the question he has put to Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. And that led to subsequent association with him, and ultimately he has become a spiritual leader of entire world, not confined only to India, my dear friends. As a mendicant monk, look at that. When he was traveling the length and breadth of India, he has seen the plight of millions of people suffering in poverty. And then he was rather pondering on the question, what is the reason for this suffering? So long as there is suffering and poverty, millions of people in India, they are like that. There is no progress for India. He wanted to come out of that. For that purpose, he said that it is not the cause of religion. In the name of religion, there were some practices which he has denounced. Those practices, and he came out. Religion is pursuit of eternal truth. It is pursuit of eternal truth always and looking for spiritual world. But what is the solace for millions of people? Then his education policy has come. He had some very strong educational policy. He wanted secular aspects of life to be clubbed with spiritual aspects, a synchronization of both, so that our younger generation will grow into very good persons, useful for the society, and they can eradicate the sufferings of millions of people. It is not merely religious or spiritual preachings he was for. In fact, at that time, wanted the Western scientific advancements shall be clubbed with spiritual advancements of India. This was his idea even when he was pondering and thinking about attending to parliaments of religion. Parliament of religion, my dear friends, it is not merely for religious discourse, it is for something else also. Maybe Columbus and what is his achievements and all these things. I had the opportunity to visit that particular place in Chicago. He is disturbing. What can I do? Shall I stop? In his travel in the length and breadth of India, he reached Kanyakumari, sat on a rock for 3 days and nights, meditated. His inner voice came out and he decided he wanted to be a messenger of the world. Then he wanted to attend. Attending in those days to going America is not that easy, going by a Boeing flight. It was a very difficult task. 2 people helped him. He went there nearly 1.5 months before the conference. Again there, one father and another person, they helped him, they have introduced him as a delegate. My dear friends, he has given speech. 6 times, no other delegate has given that speech. Everybody must have given their speech and went away. But he has given speech for 6 times. First inauguration. Sisters and brothers of America, over entire audience were impressed by that presentation. And then he spoke about Hinduism. My dear friends, in those days, they used to call Hindus, not Hinduism. When he started explanation of what Hinduism is, then it has become a popular expression. He has shown very clearly the real Vedanta. He has given the gist of Upanishads and quoted Bhagavad Gita. For those people in America, they were quietly impressed. What God is, he has stated. The shape of the God. He has also very clearly stated, there is a creator. And that creator has created. Just like that, you are not able to discover it, that is different issue. Once you discover, he has given the example of gravitational pulls. Till it is discovered, You are thinking that there is nothing like that, but they discovered it. Similarly, everything is in cause and effect model. He has shown very clearly. That is why he did not agree with Sunyavada of Shankaracharya. My dear friends, I do not want to take much time. If I go on talking, it will take more than half an hour, and she is already seeing the watch or something like that. I cannot help it. What is the effect of Swami Vivekananda? I should tell you, Hindu has become Hinduism. And then, harmony of all religions, mind it. He canvassed for harmony of all religions. And then, as A.L. Basham, who is that? Our history professor, where she is? Basham, what he has stated about Swami Vivekananda? He stated, Vivekananda will be remembered as the main molder of modern world. Now you are correct. Modern world. So that was his observation. My dear friends, once again, while thanking, the last 3 words I am going to tell you is that help and not fight. That is the first point. And then assimilation, not destruction. And the last one, harmony and peace, not destruction once again. Thank you very much, my dear friends. Over 10 minutes. English rules are not leaving us. What can we do?
Thank you, sir, for bringing to us on this platform today the gems of wisdom from Swamiji's life and his teachings of Vedanta philosophy. We all are learners throughout our lives, and the teachings of Swamiji, his life lessons, are everlasting for all of us at any age of our life. Our chairman, sir, Dr. S.C. Vats, has nurtured VIPS for almost a quarter of the century. He has seen it grow from a seed to a sapling and now to this huge banyan tree, and we all have lived with the tradition of what the institution is all about. So here to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much for staying so long. It was time to go home, and you're still here. So how many of you feel weak? Or else, should I ask you how many of you feel very strong? Are you feeling the strength within? Then you're Swamiji's true disciples. Strength alone represents Swamiji. Weakness is the opposite of Swamiji. If you're feeling energized, if you're feeling yourself that you have the strength, Swamiji represented strength, vitality, vigor, brilliance, sharpness of his mind, incisive intellect. 2 things I'd like to mention here, most of which has been given in the form of narrative by our learned Professor Subbarao. How many of you have heard of Indian Science Congress? Yes, so J.R.D. Tata was aboard the same ship by which Swamiji was going to US. And the entire trip was financed by Maharaja of Khetri. And when he was aboard the flight, each one of them asked the reason for that. As to where are you going? He said, well, I'm going on a business trip. J.R.D., of course, was a doyen of business. So I'm going to promote my business. Swamiji said, no, I'm just going to ignite a spark in the West, because I want to bring the best of, I want to blend the Eastern wisdom with Western science. So I'm taking the Eastern wisdom to the West and bring Western science, the best out of the Western science, to India. Because India was too much impoverished at the time. The whole night of 1983, when he delivered in the World Religion Parliament his first lecture on what Hinduism is all about: tolerance, perseverance, and patience. And these are nothing but different paths leading to the same goal. So we all have different religions, we have different practices, we have different sects and so many religions. But then each one of them lead to the same truth. So they all converge on one real, ultimate reality. So Swamiji told Tata, J.R.D. Tata, why don't you start an Indian Science Congress, something which is a center of excellence for promoting science and the cause of science. He said, I'll not get land, I want land, and if you can get me land, he said, go and name me to the Maharaja of Mysore. And J.R.D., on his return to India, he talked to the Maharaja of Mysore saying, Swamiji told me that you can afford to part with a piece of your land. He said, as much as you want, the land is available to you. The land still belongs to Indian Science Congress, land still belongs to Maharaja of Mysore. And it was Swamiji's idea to have a center of excellence in the field of science and technology. And today, Indian Science Congress is known for its world's best scientists in the area of space. And entire ISRO programs is being manned by not the IITs, but the scientists who have graduated and postgraduated and did their research from Indian Science Congress. The other foundation which was formed on Swamiji's inspiration was Rockefeller Foundation. Rockefeller, after listening to his speech, marvelous speech which left a deep impact on the Western minds, he came to him, sat with him, interacted with him, and something he felt that there's something extraordinary about this monk. He's not an ordinary monk. So he said, what can I do for you? He said, no, there's nothing to be done for me. You can do something for the humanity, for the welfare of all mankind. I'm not getting your idea. What are you trying to tell me? He said, give away something for the rest of the world. You have amassed enough wealth. Now it's time to give. He still couldn't understand. So next day again he came and he had a very intimate dialogue with Swamiji, and both of them sat together for about 45 minutes. And next time when he came to Swamiji during his stay in US, he brought a deed which placed some money, endowment money, for the Rockefeller Foundation. He said, in my name there will be sufficient endowment fund which will finance and promote foreign students coming to US. It will finance their entire stay here in the US and the best of universities in the world. So Rockefeller Foundation also was formed at Swamiji's inspiration. These are two centers of excellence. So whenever you feel weak, look at this portrait. He's full of energy. As he rightly said, I want you to have muscles of iron, nerves of steel. Inside which dwells a mind of the same material as that of his thunderbolt is made. And exhorting the youth, he said, you will be nearer to heaven through the kick of a football than through the preaching of Bhagavad Gita. So a very practical Vedantist. And whatever he practiced, today what I'm saying in India today, today's Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, is deeply touched by the entire philosophy of Belur Math. And Belur Math is one of those centers of spirituality which was founded by Swamiji. And when he was going to breathe his last, the Santals who were working there, Santals we call the laborers, who were working there on the construction of Belur Math. On his last day, he had a sense of realization that's his last day. He called all the Santals, interacted with them. How do you make your livelihood? So they said, we find it very difficult to make a livelihood. We don't get that much of wages. So Swamiji said, no, you tell me how much wages do you want? And for the first time, without the labor laws, which is more taught by Rashmi Salpekar and Professor Suvarao and many of the labor law experts, he brought the most revolutionary labor law reforms then when the Belur Math was being constructed. And he gave them the best of wages, served them food, gave them clothing, and from that day onwards, Swamiji's birthday is being celebrated as the Daridra Narayan Day. So provide food and clothing to the have-nots. Reach out to those who haven't seen the light of the day, any light of development. So when Swami Bharat Maharaj was there, Bharat Maharaj was the president of Ramakrishna Math, when Narendra Modi ji went to him and he wanted to be a monk. It is that particular spark of the Ramakrishna mission that has made him the most popular Prime Minister of today. And whatever energy he has, he is 72, around 72 years, 7 years younger than me. But he goes globe-trotting and spreading the very idea of India. There may be very many critics also, but then what I'm saying is, whatever he has earned, whatever spiritual strength he has today, it is that strength, that spiritual spark which has been ignited in him by Bharat Maharaj. It is that energy that makes him walk from place to place and spread India's message of oneness of all mankind. Today, India is emerging as a superpower. Today's India GDP is perhaps the fourth or the fifth in the entire world. So we are going to a 5 trillion economy very soon. So whenever you talk of strength, you talk of Swamiji. Whenever there's weakness, there's something wrong with you. Either you don't belong to Swamiji or you don't subscribe to the philosophy of Swami Vivekananda. I'll just quote one of my favorite quotes from Roman Roland. How many of you know Roman Roland? Roman Roland, yes, I think the dean of the English department knows Roman Roland. A German philosopher? He's a German philosopher. Yes, he says. I'll take my specs out. His words are great music, phrases in the style of Beethoven. His words are great music, phrases in the style of Beethoven, stirring hymns like the march of Handel choruses. I cannot touch these sayings of his, scattered as they are through the pages of books, at 30 years distance without receiving a thrill through my body like an electric shock, and what shocks and transports must have been produced from the burning words that issued from the lip of the hero. My gratitude to Dr. Anuradha Mishra God, Dr. Rashmi Salpekar, and Vishnu Priya, because they are the very children of Swamiji. You are all his children, and you all can never be weak in life. Whenever you find weakness, just go to the inner space, look at him for 5 minutes, and you will be completely packed with energy. You will be completely rejuvenated. I've experienced this in the inner space. If you go, put up your stools, set aside your ego there, go inside that, sit for 5 to 10 minutes, meditate upon him and his attributes, and you'll find yourself fresh again. So now today, had to be detained for a little longer time, but I think it's very befitting for each one of us belonging to Vivekananda Institute of Professional Studies to pay our homage to our tributes to Swamiji, who is remembered for bringing Eastern wisdom, who is known for blending the Eastern wisdom with Western science. And today, whatever India is, his philosophy has really shaped many governments' policies. And if the government has announced the National Youth Day, so I think it was Indira Gandhi who announced that he said we'll celebrate Swamiji's birthday should be celebrated as National Youth Day. So each one of you must stand for his ideals, must emulate his example, and never be a weak person in life. You should garner all your strength and be a repository of all courage. So thank you very much for having to stay with us and joining us and paying homage to Swamiji. But Swamiji will walk with you, provided you have faith in him. I experienced that. He has been walking with me for the last 40, 45, 50 years. When I first went to the Ramakrishna Mission in 1975, ever since that time I was completely hooked. And the train journeys to Bareilly and en route to Mayavati Ashram, which is an Advaita Ashram, Swami Chitatmanji asked me, which of the two people you like? He was referring to Swami Vivekananda and Thakur Ramakrishna Paramhans. And I told him the bearded man has hooked me. He doesn't leave me. And I tell you, Thakur almost walks with me. Thakur walks with me and guides me all through difficult times. So you could try and experience this spiritual strength in you. There's a way of doing it because nature is conspiring to help you. As alchemist says, nature is conspiring to help you. Nature wants to help you. Garner strength. Cultivate good spiritual culture here. And the spiritual culture will help you grow. Exponentially, you'll grow. So thank you very much. Wish you all the best. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you so much, sir. Swami Vivekananda ji was a personification of the eternal energy of the youth and their relentless quest for truth. VIPS adheres to value-based education and strives to revive, relive, and restore the traditional values while anchoring today's youth to a cultural ethos. And we assure you, sir, that we would adhere to Swamiji's philosophy and carry forward your dream here. We are not meek or weak. We'll carry your words, sir, of strength and determination. And as I thank all of you today here for participating in today's program, I request you all to take prasad from the green room. Prasad from the green room as you move out. Thank you so much.